Here's one of the new projects we're working on. In this video, we're going to show you how to create this built-up roof system where we have a top layer, we have a stepped fascia, and then we have the bottom layer of the roof here, which this actually creates the soffit and the ceiling. And then you can also see within this we have all the structure, which is these open web floor roof rafters, which act as a joist, and then we have this little extra piece of soffit here, which goes between the stepped fascias, which just hide this ground here for a second. Yeah, so this is just this little piece here, and stepped fascia. And I'm actually modeling all the soffit pieces as roofs, just to make that easier. So here's a blank slate over here. What we're going to do is we're going to go to elevation view here. I'm just going to pick one, so not the right one. So I'm just going to copy this down, and I'm just going to use this one over here as a reference. So it's about 13-14 inches lower. 2 feet. That's probably pretty close. These out of the way. So we're going to edit the footprint of this. On the first floor to do that, and we're going to change the overhang. Right now it's 4.3. I'm just going to double check the other side just to make sure we're consistent here. So we're 3.3, yeah, so we just got to edit that. This one's a little bit big. So verify one more thing. Yeah, we're 3.3. Okay. So this one, we're going to change all these numbers, the overhang, to 3.3. And the reason why it's 3.3 is our township here only allows a overhang of 3.3 inches. So that's kind of a local condition. Otherwise, that overhang would then be considered as part of coverage. Do the same thing with this, but instead of doing 3.3, we're actually going to do 2.3, just so that the fascia actually steps in a foot. Sorry, I hit the wrong number there. Because I copied the roof, it detached from the walls. Using the fillet tool just to join these lines, and then I'm going to define this as roof slope 1, and then all these lines are going to make sure they extend into wall. Just need to go back up to our top of roof. Extend these into the wall too. That just means they're offset from the stud, not from the exterior material. The reason why we do that is just the exterior material is not always a fixed element, so it just helps with consistency. So now we're going to draw the roof fascia. You're going to go to the roofing tool, and we're going to go to fascia. The top fascia is a 2x8, or 1x8, sorry. And we're just going to click these bottom edges here. Just try this again. I was clicking the bottom roof, not the top roof. Oh, I want the fascia, not the soffit. And then we're just going to bring this in horizontal, probably 1 inch, maybe. -1 inch, try that. We're going to go 2 inches in. So you can see they overlap here a little bit. Just going to use see if the align tool will work for this, just to make them line up. No, it's not, it doesn't seem to be working. Just got to change your view so you're kind of seeing what you want here. Doesn't look like it's snapping very well, so. It's just because the fascia boards are on different planes. Modify mitering perpendicular. No, not vertical. I'm just gonna quickly adjust all these. I think just the top ones are a problem, yeah. So I'm just gonna bring in the outer one just a little bit. Yeah, that should be fine. And we still have that there. Anyways, so that should be good there. So we're just going to copy this up one more time. Do that in the elevations. And with this piece, what we're going to do is just align it to we're going to pick that surface, and then we're also going to pick the interior of this surface. That should give us our ring for our because we had the existing footprint there was a bit of an overlap, and we want this outer one to define slope, not the inner one. There, that should be good. I'm just going to make this transparent for a second, so we can also do probably easier actually just doing it as wireframe, and then we can drop this. And then the last fascia we have to create, go back to hidden line, is this outer of the bottom fascia. We're just going to go to roof fascia. And this bottom fascia is actually a 2x10 fascia. And the top one is a 2x8 fascia. And what we're going to do is we're just going to change the vertical plane to probably just do 9 inches, so it's a little bit of a drip there. And there we go, we have our stepped fascia there. And then it looks like this is a little bit high, so we'll lower this just a little bit more. And there we go, that's how we create our stepped fascia. And then the last step to this is we want to create our floor system. I use this plugin called HSB Timber. It just makes it really easy to create a grid. And so with this, all you do is we want to select the bottom of the roof plane surface. So you can see that how that goes there, and then we just click the finish button here. And you just go down here and select your joist. I believe we're going to use the 14-inch Triforce joist. And then all you have to do now is we just need to edit the boundary to be the interior of our fascia. Now when we open up the roof here, you can see all our joists in there. And then the contractor, when building this, they would just run a 2x6 over from the top of these to create the stepped fascia portion there. And the purpose of the stepped fascia is to create venting near the top of the roof. So this bottom part of the soffit would not have any venting, but the top part would, and then that would allow airflow at the top of the roof surface. So here's a video on how to create step flashing or step fascias, and as well as adding roof structure to a roof. If you like this video, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.